Sometimes it's not about core fundamentals or fancy pictures, it's about hard tech that actually solves a real world problem. Now, many of you will have heard of ISO20022 and those compatible coins. Well, this project is doing something different. This is all about bridging and being compliant. What am I talking about? Well, we are talking about ISOR. This is a pretty bullish project with lots of stuff to talk about. We're going to be taking a look at exactly what the router is on the Solana narrative, how it's going to build out its stake and governing the network, as well as everything you need to know. And it's compliant to the ISO20022 tokens. Launching, don't forget, in November. So smash up the like button to a brand new all-time high. As always, the links to this will be in the description for you to check out. With that being said, let's get into it. So let's first of all start by understanding what exactly is ISO20022. Well, the reality is it's a single standardization approach to be used by all financial standard initiatives. You will have heard this with such coins as XRP, XLM, all bounding to be, well, the financial coin of the future. Well, this is where ISO router comes in. Like I said, this is not about fancy pictures and hopium. This is about core tech that is going to solve a real world problem. So what is it? Well, ultimately, the ISO20022 intent into the fastest, cheapest settlement path automatically. ISO router is a Solana native, ISO aware smart order router, and it reads rich payment intent, basically the amount, currency, purpose code, end-to-end ID, and executes the optimal path across on-chain liquidity, stable coins, and compliant off-ramps, stake and govern the network with the token ticker symbol is $ISOR. Now, we're going to unpack quite a bit when it comes to this project. We'll talk about what it's going to do, how you can really benefit from it. We'll take a full look at the token and everything else. So what do you get with this project? Why are people already suddenly talking about it? And why are people going super bullish? Well, the reality is purpose aware, fee inclusive quotes, and structured receipts, all by the way, on the blockchain. And you can see all the API as well, how this kind of works, which, well, let's face it, you don't get that often with a lot of projects. They tend to just tell you that something's going to work without actually giving you the core fundamentals. The ISO20022 is now going to unlock structure. It's going to basically Solana making it real time, and the enterprise want choice. Pick the best rail per transfer, USDC on Solana, a partner off-ramp, or a compliant fiat corridor. This is, again, very much high tech, but solving that real world problem. How do you get on and off to the cryptocurrency you want without paying astronomical fees? You want it cheap, you want it quick, and you want it to happen when you want it to happen. And I think this is exactly what this project, the ISO router, is going to fix. So let's talk a little bit about what it actually does and why it's important. Well, the fact of the matter is what ISO router does, it reads ISO aligned fields, which is basically the amount, the CCY, purpose category, end-to-end ID, etc. It then selects the best route. It has automatic execution, so it swaps with the bridge if applicable, settle and emits proof via Solana programs, and it's a structural receipt. You have an on-chain receipt with a reference back to the original ISO message. It's a purpose-aware routing with route auctions, ZK compliance, which you'll have heard of before, failure-aware fallbacks, and ISO receipts with web hooks for straight through processing. Basically, when you click yes, this goes through with everything you want. It's going to find the cheapest, the quickest, and more importantly, the most effective way to get those through. And I think this is really important. Now, this isn't just hype. This isn't just hope. There's actually a lot of stuff going on with it. This is all about utility, and they've got a ton already. They got the stake to route, which operates a stake ISO to register routing nodes. Your priority and discounts, so staked users get priority quoting and fee discounts, and you can govern upgrades. Token holders purpose or vote on scoring weights, corridors, fee caps, and treasury grants. And you can see there with the token economy at a glance, the ISO router token is the name with that ticker ISOR. It's utility stroke work token, and it routes fees collected in transaction currency and protocol take rate distributed to active, honest node operators and small share to the treasury. Again, it's got incorrect quotes, failed settlements above tolerance and policy violations, and the developer credits burn ISO for API credits and premium analytics. Important. And you can also help by steering the network by simply being involved with it, being a holder, and obviously voting on those things that come down. Now, this isn't all, by the way. There's actually a ton more coming this. You can simply run a node or build with us. What do I mean? Run nodes, earn feeds, provide quotes, execute routes, submit proofs, etc. by using your ISO tokens. Currently, the API on that is 300%. How do you do it? Open the staking dashboard, connect your wallet, enter the number of tokens you want to stake, and then click stake. It's as simple as that. The great news of the Solana blockchain. Again, this is where you can do it all. And again, all you have to do is a few clicks and you're in. There's a full frequently asked questions, which I highly recommend coming and checking out. And again, you've got that risk disclaimer at the bottom there as well. So taking a look at their social media. And like I said, this is a super early opportunity that not many people are going to get. So you can see here, they're building out pretty aggressively in terms of what's coming. You got the ISO token burn coming as well. October 1st, they actually posted that out today. And then they're doing full threads on, well, exactly what it is and how ISO fits into the banking ecosystem. And then more importantly, how ISO router is going to build on top of that as well. So they've got big plans, and I think big plans that many people want to see them solve. Whenever you get a new project, I highly recommend checking the full white paper out. This is going to go into a little bit more detail from things like market problems and opportunities into the solution with ISO router. And again, taking you through a little bit more in terms of the actual workflow, architecture and design, and then the tokenomics. Again, if you're interested, you can see how many tokens there is, 2.05 billion, what they're going to do with it, how it's all then distributed out, and the fee structure, burn and deflation mechanics, etc. The staking that we talked about, as well as governance, security, compliance, and risk management. Again, important to understand this is being audited. They're going to build the bridge, and they're compliant ready for that token ISO20022 launch. This will obviously be the global banking standard going live in November the 22nd, 2025. Like I said, this token is setting out to, well, deliver on everything: utility, trust, compliance, and more importantly, having that audit process, which is therefore fully transparent. And they're also linking in with some big partners: OKX, Binance Wallet, KuCoin, Web3, Gate.io. All Web3 DeFi wallets are going to be integrated into this project as well. So with all that being said, take a look at the project, have a look what you think. This one caught my eye and I was super interested. You guys know I talk a lot about XRP here on the channel, but this one certainly has got my attention. Countdown, by the way, to the ISO20022 launch, 22nd of November, even gives you a full countdown on there as well. If you want to go and grab yourself some, simply click the buy button. That's going to take you here over to Radeon. You're going to click I understand, agree to the terms, and then you are in to basically grab hold of what you need to grab hold of. And again, therefore, you can see what's going on here with the chart as well. So super bullish in terms of what they're building. Pretty excited with all of this. So take a look, links in the description, and don't forget, hit the like and subscribe button on the channel. I'm going to catch you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.